You don't need to eliminate your social anxiety in order to live a full life, but you do need to stop letting it make your decisions for you. If you struggle with social anxiety, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Maddie, and I'm going to be breaking down exposure therapy step by step in the ways that worked for myself. If you don't know what exposure therapy is, it's basically exposing yourself to these social situations that otherwise bring you extreme anxiety, extreme stress. And it's not about just throwing yourself into these situations right away. It's about gradual exposure into these situations, teaching your nervous system that it's okay and it is safe to be in these situations. So exposure therapy works because after sitting in these situations for long enough, your brain will start to think, oh, I can handle this. Before we get into the steps, the first rule of exposure therapy is do not rush it. Okay, keep this in mind as you go through the steps in your own life, and I promise you will get there. Step number 1 is identify your avoidances. Include everything, small to big, and these are things like maintaining eye contact, saying hello first, talking on the phone, maybe ordering food in a restaurant, maybe talking in big groups, or even going to events alone. So write these all down in a list. And don't be hard on yourself, just be truthful. This is just data we're collecting about ourselves, and it'll help us with step number 2. And step number 2 is creating an exposure ladder. Go through that list that you just made and rank them from scariest to least scariest. And this is your anxiety exposure ladder. Step number 3, once we've created our exposure ladder, is starting with low level exposures. That's right, starting with the least scariest. Our goal in this is to sit in that uncomfort, to go out and do this that would normally be uncomfortable for us. Let the anxiety rise, but also let it fall. We're teaching our nervous system again that yes, anxiety is scary, it's uncomfortable, but it's not dangerous. So if your low level exposure is maybe texting somebody first, send that text message and tell your nervous system, we're good, we're fine, we survived. Step number 4, as you're in this situation that normally brings you anxiety, this is so important, but you need to stay there until the anxiety decreases. Your anxiety will tell you to escape, to run, to hide. And your brain will think that that is what will save you until you feel that anxiety drop. And that right there is the key. That drop right there in your anxiety is the learning moment. Step number 5 is to repeat it continuously before you move on to the next one. Confidence in your social abilities and social anxiety, it doesn't come from that one time. It comes from repetition. Stay on that first level and repeat it over and over until it becomes manageable or it just becomes normal to you. And it will happen, I promise. Only then, when you feel like you can handle it, your nervous system is like, okay, we're not in danger, only then move up the ladder, okay? Here's a really interesting one for number 6, or step number 6. It's drop the safety behaviors. My safety behaviors would be avoiding eye contact and rehearsing my conversations before they would even happen, like over and over. Little by little, well, identify yours first, but little by little, try to drop them. Stop rehearsing what you're gonna say before you hang out with somebody. Teach your brain that those aren't safety nets, but that you yourself are the safety. Trust in yourself and trust in your own abilities. And that's what we're trying to build up in these steps. Step number 7 is you're going to have to expect discomfort. In fact, it's unavoidable. When you feel anxious while you do this, it doesn't mean it's not working. It means that it is working. Because the goal isn't zero anxiety. It's about handling it. It's about pushing through it. Because I'm going to be real with you. It is going to be very uncomfortable and it is going to be very scary. And I want you to know that you are all the safety net that you need. You have everything within you to get through these social situations. And this was probably the hardest part for me. I would have actual breakdowns and panic attacks when having to go anywhere by myself. And I'm not lying when I say it was very bad. So if you go into this thinking that it's going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy, I'm here to tell you it's going to be hard, lemon hard. But that's okay, because as you go through again and you feel these feelings of uncomfort and you make it through, you're just that much closer to overcoming this. The last step is to track your progress. Some days will be easier, some days will be harder. Even on those hard days, who cares? You did it, you showed up anyways. Track what you did. Keep note of what you did, what you liked about the interaction, the encounter, and what you didn't, so you can apply that to the next time. And do not focus on perfection of each time you go to expose yourself to these different situations. It does not matter, okay? Everybody feels like they could have said this or could have said that better. It's just the showing up that counts. It's the fact that you did and you continue to. So here are the steps. Here's an important reminder. You don't need to eliminate your social anxiety in order to live a full life, but you do need to stop letting it make your decisions for you. I believe in you and I know you can overcome this. Just remember, one step at a time. Baby steps are so tiny. You have the rest of your life to work on this, so don't feel like you need to have it figured out in a week. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that this provided a little bit of value to somebody and really inspired somebody to start working on their social anxiety. I know how hard it is. I know how stressful it can be. So, please like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you next time.